And I put this down to one bowler I coached about a bit more than that, but 7 years ago. He arrived at school. So I was big on where I was in my sort of thinking, it's all strength. It's all about strength. You've got to be strong. You've got to be powerful. Watch these people in the NFL and all that. And that's the problem with cricket. We copy other sports that are not like fast bowling. So, and this boy came along and he weighed about 59 kilograms and he bowled like 78, 79 miles per hour, which was quick for a 16-year-old. And he had horrible action. His front leg collapsed. And I'm thinking, well, firstly, he's not hitting the descriptors, that's for sure. And he's clearly not strong. He couldn't bench the bar and couldn't squat more than 30 kilograms. And I'm thinking, but he can still bowl that speed. And I've trained all these others with all the Fandango kit going, and they're not anywhere near that. So what is happening there? And that developed the hip and knee classification. So that's where that came from. And then I study them then and go, there's trends here. There's definite trends here. So then, and now it's used loads in cricket, which is outstanding. So you've got the muscle-driven, knee-dominant fast bowler. And then you've got the fascia tendon-driven, hip-dominant bowler. So those are the classification. And they started when I found this bowler, came over from India. But then it's about identifying it's to do with movement and ground contact time. So if you have a bowler, because a bowler will bowl the way they want to. You give someone a ball and they'll bowl. And the key to coaching then is just going through it and going, what can be changed? Does it need to be changed? What impact is it going to have if we do change it further up the chain? So it's not about going, these are the drills, crack on, I want you to look like this. Well, actually, is that going to help you? So that's the first thing we do. And then when you have a knee dominant bowler, then normally it's about muscle because they have more time. They're normally more side on. So they require ankle stiffness, because if you're side on, you can't have your heel touching the ground because you can't pivot. So that, and then you need hip internal rotation. Then we need lots of trunk rotation, separation. You need more muscle because upper body, if you have a longer time because you want a long pull. So weights, I have a different mindset. Isolation, hypertrophy work as well is okay for me. A lot of sports, they'll go, no, don't do that. Well, actually, Maverick, hypertrophy work, isolate the muscle that doesn't work in terms of supporting the framework and the technique. Do isolation, high rep 10, 12, so it's all contractile, it's even higher, 1 by 20. And then you have a day where you go isometrics, overcoming isometrics, because I don't want to pattern, Davis's law and the collagen deposits on stress lines. I don't want to keep doing heavy squats. I don't want that pattern to be in my bowling because it doesn't help my bowling, because it creates time. So I have overcoming isometric to train high threshold motor units, and we've seen the research on that. Then I do my skill. And that right there is the training program.